Hello, hello, greetings. Welcome to week 6, final class of menu design and management. What's up, everybody? How's it going? We got some choo-choo trains. We got some nodding heads. I think seems pretty solid. All right. Cool. So here we are. You all have been doing a fantastic job. Great dialogue, by the way, in the discussion forum this week. I saw a lot of you really kind of sharing your experiences and how they related to the question, which was exactly what we wanted to see, right? And on top of that, don't just think about your experience, but I want you all to start thinking about the other experience as well. Some of you touched on that, some of you not as much. You're getting there. Think about, okay, does it make sense to prepare this food in-house for my establishment? Yes, but does it make it for another concept? Not necessarily, right? So analyzing both sides. But fantastic responses, really well thought out, a lot of good conversation and ideas being presented there. So great job, everybody. And week 6, hello, wraps up this Sunday. So be sure to knock that out ASAP. Basically, after tonight, maybe tomorrow, knock it out, be done, and then get ready to shuffle on to the next course. Cool. All right. Everybody feeling good? Does anybody have any questions?
Aren't they done after this? They have like externship, right? Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
One more class. Right?
Oh, they've got classes. Yeah,
This is
after you all have another core class, and then you go on to externship. So just get ready, buckle down. You're gonna be great. All right. Keep kicking butt, and you'll go far. So if nobody has any questions, let's hop into week 6. Remember, there is the end of course survey, which is worth an additional 5% extra credit that will be added to your final grade on Tuesday. That's how it goes. It will not be added until grades are finalized. So knock that out. That's how we learn from you all, right? You give us your feedback on how we delivered information to you, just like we've given you feedback by grading assignments, right? So be sure to knock that out if you want that 5% extra credit. And yeah, that's about that. That's how we improve. Did you like the curriculum? Did you like the course? Did you like the topics? Were the quizzes challenging enough? Were they too challenging? Tell us what you feel. All right, that's how we improve the course and make the school a better program, just like we make you all better cooks and chefs by talking about concepts and giving you feedback. It's all about improving constantly. So on that note, I guess we are ready to dive in. So let's pull this up, make sure we're just all here together on that same page. You all have knocked out everything else so far. So we're going to kind of recap a little bit, tie everything together that we've been talking about for the past 5 weeks with this this class. So we're talking about updating your menu analysis, and then so of course, like in previous weeks, you get points for going through that, as well as your knowledge check. All right, the week 6 menu analysis knowledge check. Remember, end of course survey located way up at the top of the page. Scroll all the way up, knock that out. You're good to go. Okay, right there, hit it up, do it. Also, I just sent out a message regarding the Austin food experience, by the way. So I don't know if you've ever had or been in a class with either Chef Luke or Chef Kevin Quinn, right? Chef Luke Schaefer, Chef Kevin Quinn. They are hosting a farm to table food event down in Austin. As you all have seen, some types of events that happen throughout the year. There is another one coming up. It's May 1st through May 3rd. So you all would still be in that. So if you have any interest or live in that area, definitely look into it. I sent it out via message. So check it out, see if it's something that you're interested in. And also remember that if you can't make it there, that there are a lot of food experiences to check out in your region no matter what. use the internet, do a Google search, find the farmer's market, find some local establishment doing something really unique and cool, right? When you reach out to others, right? It's just a little note on networking. When you reach out to others through the industry, whether they're a farmer or a beekeeper making honey or distiller, whatever it is, right? A lot of these same concepts we've been talking, you all have been hearing from Chef Vince and Chef Rachel in CE222, but these same things, those exist everywhere, right? In your locale. So if you can't make it out to Austin or whatever that is, find what's going on in your area. Seek that out. Make those connections, right? This is really important. It's how you find out how to get the best lettuce, if that's what you need, right? It's who makes the best bread in town. It's all of these other connections, okay? So hop on it, check that out. If you can do it, get it, go. Wait, cool way to connect. Otherwise, seek your own and create your own, all right? Okay, let's get back into it. So menu analysis. I am going to pull up a little bit of information that we did talk about before, but just to recap and think about how your menu really does have an impact on sales. All right, sales, 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 something we've talked about throughout the entire curriculum. That money, right? Chef Vince is saying. What about that money, Chef Vince? What's so important with the
I don't
money?
know. It's green. It's got some people on it. I can buy stuff. I can make people happy. Are you asking me right now, or are you just doing,
Yeah.
What about the money? What about the money? Why is it important? Is
Why?
it important?
That's what I'm asking you. Why is it important?
Why is it important to profit, build? Everything we do, it seems like it's about money, right? But why? I mean, why does it have to be about money? I'm gonna open up a restaurant where everything is free. But how can I do that if I don't make money? God, hey, never mind, I'm done. I need to make money. I need to make money, chef.
Okay.
Yeah, are you sliding?
Okay, gotta make money.
You gotta make money. You just gotta make it. You gotta make people happy to keep making money. I don't know. The world's a big circle. I don't know.
Bingo. Yeah, you do have to keep people happy to make money, right? That's the most important thing, right? If you don't keep your customers happy, and let's take that leap. Excited about your menu. Okay. Let's just say, for example, right? You're located in a smaller town, and you got your favorite restaurant, and you love it, and it's good, and people come in, and you do solid business, right? But after a while, maybe it starts kind of slagging off, and you still have that that regular group, right, that come in all the time. But you need something to invigorate it, spice it up, right? How do you do that? What do you think are the first steps to doing that, right? So you were doing great for a while, right? You made it past those first vital 1 to 5 years, right? Excuse me. And you're established, but maybe sales came down a little bit, right? Profits, you're not making as much money as you were peaking, right? Still consistent, still head above water. But revamp the menu. Janice, yes.
Ding, 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 ding. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Come on down.
Always. So how would you, let's talk about this, class. What would be your first step, Janice, to revamp a menu? What would you look at? What would you think about? Or anybody. Doesn't have to be Janice. Not putting you on the spot. You already hit the moneymaker. Add a new seafood item. All right, cool. Yeah, I think that's an interesting approach, right? Maybe you don't have seafood on the menu. Hey, let's see how that sells, right? I like that angle. You're thinking like, hey, what can I introduce that might be new and different, right? Okay. Run a special on the menu, Amy Jo. Yeah, also a great idea. Run a special. Upcharge on selling items. So Mindy talking about just trying to to upsell. Is that what I think? I think that's what you're getting at. Or if you're literally talking about charging more on selling items, that's something you need to think about exactly how much you will increase that price, right? Because if a customer's happy, they like the quantity, they like the quality, and they like the price they're paying for it. There's only so much wiggle room you have, right? We're going to go back into that with that diagram. Okay, dropping the price on items to clear space for something new. Okay, also another interesting approach. Yeah, so these are all really good creative ways you all are looking at. How do we attack the menu? How do we introduce something new? Specials, right? Changing prices. But there's more to just saying, hey, we're going to drop the price on that burger or that hot dog or that corned beef sandwich or X, Y, and Z to make a little bit to put somewhere else, right? You need to have a little bit deeper analysis. Remember how we were talking about that POS system that takes a recording essentially of how many items you sell per week, right? We have to know what's selling, right? We went to that diagram. I'm going to pull it up right now. So we go back into it so that in case you forgot, we're in. Okay. All right. So remember we're talking about that puzzle star workhorse dog. You're going to find probably about 3 or 4 different variations of this system, okay, within business diagrams. Other things will be called a cow or what else is there? There's, we were talking about the cow the last time, basically of different names, right? But essentially what it all relates down to is profitability and popularity. So how much money do you make? And how much of it do you sell? So, stars. Make a lot of money and they're popular. What does that mean? For your business? Remember, you're going to sell a lot, right? Oops. You're going to sell a lot and you want to keep it on the business so business, keep it on the menu so business is good, right? And why? Because you're going to sell a lot and, excuse me, you're going to make a lot and you're going to sell a lot. That's where that falls, right? High, high, those meet over here. Stars are really good. Workhorses, right? High popularity. So they're really popular, just like a star. They sell a lot, but they don't make a lot of money. What do you all think would be an example of a possible workhorse? What would be a possibility of a possible of a star? Fries, Amy Jo says. Fries would be what? Workhorse or a star? Yeah, workhorse, exactly. And great point, Janice. Stars can help balance the menu food cost. Bing, 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 bing. Yeah, exactly. Both of you are totally right. Amy Jo and Janice, great job. Yeah, exactly. So fries, really popular, not a huge profit margin, right? Stars, popular, make a lot of money. People are willing to pay more for this item. Okay, that's what we're talking about. People are willing to pay more for that item. Essentially is what it is. All right. A workhorse could be a fry. Heck, a workhorse could be a hot dog in a certain type of establishment, right? You're just selling them out, cranking them out, right? Not a ton, unless, of course, you were at a different type of establishment, and maybe those hot dogs were made in-house, craft sausages, right? How does that impact its spot? You don't know, actually. You don't know until you start working it out. Is it all craft sausages, right? Let's think about a menu. What if you went to a craft sausage, right? So they're making, on their menu, they've got, oh, let's say 7 different types of sausages. So now we're talking about the same thing, right? They've got some appetizers, they've got some desserts, but the main thing is they're like house crafted sausages. They come either in buns or sandwiches, things like that. Okay? Different toppings, obviously, different meat combinations, different garnishes. So now, instead of analyzing a varied menu, right? We were talking about French fries, right? French fries, and maybe there are burgers and hot dogs and sandwiches and salads and all different things that might fall into this thing. But if we're talking about just a spot that specializes on sausages, now what happens? We know that the sausages are selling. That's our main point, right? So let's say that Star, right, sells a lot. We make a lot of money on it. Maybe it's a chorizo style sausage. Okay. Upselling it. Chorizo's hot. Spanish flavors are hot. It's really doing well. Okay. Maybe that dog, okay, over here, right? Low popularity, low profitability. Maybe it's a lamb sausage and your clientele kind of new to lamb. They don't eat a lot of lamb, right? So it's not going to sell a lot and it's not going to make a lot of money. Why is it not going to make a lot of money? So we have a chorizo, we're talking about Star, and then we're talking about a lamb sausage, right? Maybe it has some feta cheese and herbs in it. Why do we think? Oh, Janice said take it off the menu, not spicy. Okay. Maybe your clientele doesn't have knowledge of a lamb, right? What does it taste like? And guess what? Lamb is a lot more expensive than beef or pork or chicken. Okay, so your costs, this is what we're getting at. Costs go into the menu. You have to think about that. Cross utilization, what we were talking about last week. All of these come into play, right? So again, let's keep on the sausage theme. Maybe so sausages. We know, what do we all know that you need to make a good sausage? We know you need casings, right? What are the main components that's going in? We know we're going to have seasonings and spices that are going into flavoring those sausages. But what else? What else is really important? Meat. Yeah, what types of meat specifically? And what fat, right? Where are we getting that fatty part? Where are we getting the lean part? Most sausages have a base, right? Your meat to fat content ratio, right? 80, 20, 70, 30. What is it? What's your binding fat? Okay. Things you start to think about, right? Okay, if I'm using some pork meat, which is higher fat, a high pork fat, a lot of sausages are pork based, right? That's going to be my base for maybe 5 out of the 7. So I can have 2 that are or maybe 3, maybe it's 4 out of the 7, right? Maybe 3, 1 is a vegetarian, 1 is a fish, and 1 is either, you know, it just doesn't have pork in it. Why would we be doing that? Why would we want to have a sausage that was a seafood, no pork one, and a chicken or a vegetable? Okay, Janice saying, yeah, you can use pork fat and it's cheap. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Also, because we want to have that diversity in the menu, though. Remember, offering, boom, April, you hit it. All right, great job. Great job, guys and gals. Gals, actually, to help the koshers, vegans, and other. Yeah. Janice, April, Amy, boom, boom, boom. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Exactly. So April said to cater different dietary restrictions. Amy said to help koshers, vegans, and any other special diets. And Janice was talking about, hey, guess what? Pork fat is cheap. Use it as much as you can. Right now, Chef Vince is saying, hey, what about local? What about local? How does that impact anything? Maybe a local one, right? Maybe some local animal product or local flavoring component. Diversifying your menu. All right. So a little something else. Just going back into that menu topic that we had last week, which is pictures, colors, and fonts, right? If you're making a menu that's based predominantly around sausages, right? How do you differentiate those? How do you group them together? How do you make it stand out? So, fonts, okay? Recommendations are 3 different fonts. It helps your eyes flow through the page. If it's all the same, what happens when something's all the same? You kind of get bored, right? You need some breaker. You need, just like this is bigger, right? Something draws you in. Appetizers, sweet treats, you know, big plates. That pulls you in, all right? Colors. Colors change your perception as well. Your eyes are drawn to different colors. Really important. Remember going back to those links from, I think it was week 2 and 3, the psychology of menus. This is what we're talking about. Pictures, right? Depending upon your establishment, you may or may not want to use pictures. I'm going to pull up something funny and I'll show you guys this. And then I think you all appreciate this. Hold on 1 second, let me get it. This is funny. What do we think are the pros and cons about putting pictures on a menu? Chef, can you hold down the fort while I look this up?
What are the pros and cons? I tell you one thing, so nobody want to talk. You can't misspell a picture. Huh. Inside joke, get it? No.
What else?
Anybody else? Marie, I see you unmuted. Your food might not look like the picture. Disappointment? Bing, bing, bing.
I'm trying to find this. This is
People eat with their eyes. People eat with their eyes. So there's
okay. Yeah, exactly.
People eat with their eyes. I think that's one of the worst things you can do is order food by a picture, because your expectations are just super high. It comes out like, man, what is this? What's going on? Read the descriptions. That's why we talk about descriptions. Because if you can make somebody's mouth water with some descriptions, they can paint their own picture. And so their expectation level is not as high by looking at a picture. I'm gonna give you guys all the good answers. So.
Okay, well, I attempted, thank you, Chef. I attempted to find this, but there's I'll keep looking and I can maybe send it out tomorrow as a fun thing, but I couldn't find it. But basically, it is exactly what Chef Vince was talking about and what everybody else was talking about, eating with your eyes, right? What if you've got that picture? Okay, I'll do another approach, right? I don't have the example, but I'll make one, all right? What if you order something and it has a picture that looks like this, right? Okay, that's looking pretty good, all right? A big old stack of hot, hot cakes, right? Pancakes stacked up, fluffy, looking delicious, maybe some deliciousness going on there, okay? And then what's delivered is something like this. One sec. And then we get this. Burn. What happened? Right? Hopefully it'll never be that terrible, but it could be. So, hopping back in. Janice has already kicked it off saying, hey, how do we start looking at revamping a menu? How do we analyze, right? We talked about that POS system. We talked about, hey, how many burgers did I sell? How many sandwiches did I sell? What's selling? What's not selling, right? Okay. Oh, take it back. Okay. We got a lot of good stuff going on. Yeah. Unacceptable, right? Disappointed? Disappointment? Does disappointment set in, right? Here's another question. I forget who it was. Somebody was talking about in the beginning of class. They had that restaurant. Was it Ray? I'm not sure. It was your favorite restaurant. It was in town. A new place opened up. It was reasonable, big portions. And then all of a sudden, portions got smaller, prices stayed the same. And whoever this was, I think it was Ray, I'm not sure, was thinking, what the heck happened, right? And you changed your opinion of the establishment. Yeah, it was you, Ray. Thought so. Okay. So, yeah, and you haven't gone back. Impact of the menu, impact of the pricing, impact of the quality, the quantity, et cetera, et cetera. The list goes on, right? Remember, your customers are people. They're going to make decisions based on their experiences and their desires and their wants and needs. Going out is a luxury, right? Now, today it's a little bit different because prices have changed and it's a different economy, but for the most part, people go out. It's a luxury, right? It's something exciting. What brings your customers back, keeping them going back? Their favorites and maybe something new, right? So, talking about offering specials, highlighting an item, using what would be the most important thing, one important factor when creating a new dish. What do you think you would do? So you've got all these menus on an items on a menu, and you're thinking, okay, I need something to spark this, right? What am I going to do? Put on special? Yeah. Am I going to outsource? Am I going to look for a bunch of new ingredients that I don't have anywhere else on the menu? Am I going to use ingredients that I have on hand? Maybe order a few in. Yeah. Where else am I going to look? Where am I going to start to look for inspiration? Where do I go? Chef Vince, where do you go for inspiration?
Well, first thing I do is I meditate. Books, internet, photos, what people are doing, trends. There's all kind of areas to find inspiration. Well, what's your neighbor doing? What's your competition doing? what are they selling? How are they selling it? How can you make it better? Just think about, sometimes we get inspiration from going for a walk in the park, and seeing something somebody's doing. I think inspiration, comes from anywhere. And of course, what's in season, try to utilize things at a cheaper price with lots of flavor, helps. But also demographics, you can think about what's in season, but utilizing that, based on the area or the type of establishment you are in. But I get my inspiration from photos that I see, back in the day. I used to run specials. I used to just be sitting there just for about 30 minutes, just looking like, oh, that looks good. And then I figured out how to put my twist on it. And then I took something that I found and took it to a different level, or incorporated my demographics. And now we have a new dish. I put my name on it. I got my inspiration from another source. So inspiration comes from everywhere. You just got to find yours and be creative.
Awesome. Thank you, Chef. All right. So inspiration can come from anywhere, right? But what about, okay, so you're looking for things, right, Chef and class out there, and you're looking for inspiration. You're looking for trends, okay? You're looking for something that catches your eye, that you hope would catch your customers' eyes as well. Do you think that the type of establishment that you have impacts where your trends are? So super fine dining, super high end, right? Versus like a Jimmy John's or Burger King or Mickey D's, right? Or any of those, Wendy's, whatever. And then you've got, obviously a big gap in between that, right? Fine dining, Mickey D's, right? And then you've got all the other in-betweens where you've got different styles of food, of course, but casual, cafeteria, buffet, casual service, right? Not super high end, but nice. How does that impact things? Do you think that somebody who's at a, grabbing some fast food wants kombucha laced pickles with a foie gras mousse on their fried chicken sandwich? No.
I mean,
could be really good, right? Set in the right setting. Okay, so you have to analyze your menu and say, what do my customers want? What are they willing? How far can we go? How far are you pushing yourself? I'm gonna pull up one interesting slideshow, and then I'm gonna toss it to Chef Vince about how he does a lot of menu analysis, all right? How do you really pick it out? All right, so let me show you this cool little slideshow. By the way, we were talking about how do you search? How do you research? What's on trend? What's trending? What works? Guess what? Subscribe. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. What's that, Chef?
You get subscribing, like to a magazine, you get a monthly rollover, new ideas.
Not even that. You can get free emails. You don't even need to pay for this, y'all. All right? I'm talking about free emails every week, couple of days about what's trending. Not joking here, right? How are you going to build your menu? You need to be in the know. You need to be in the industry. You want to be on the top of the game? You need to know what's going on. Do you need to incorporate a vegan product? Do you need to incorporate a chicken or a porkin or a beefin, right? Sandwich, right? Fake meat that tastes like that. Do you need it? What's trending? Do you need to make a vegan milkshake? what the heck is going on, right? You need to know. You need to know. One end to the end, fine dining to fast food and everything in between. You need to know what trends are following in your segment and who you're appealing to. So I love this stuff, so I'm going to show you all. It's interesting. This is menu tracker. So I get Nation's Restaurant sent to me. I like to read it. I check it out, see what's going on. This one, just one of my emails from this week, right? What do we have? So the menu tracker, all right. Can I not move this? Something's happening. Can you see this all? Oh, it's unresponsive. Okay, we're getting there. Sorry, everybody. So hop in, right? Sign up to subscriptions. You start a slideshow. So obviously this is McDonald's, Wendy's, Taco Bell. But what's going on? All right, that's just a start, right? We got some B vitamin, an energy drink, a Slurpee with vitamins. What do we take from that? Okay, the health craze is on. I'm gonna eat a sugar-laced Slurpee, but it's got vitamins in it, so I'm good, right? It's like an energy drink. Cool. Ooh, vegan cake shake, all right? Selling for $18. Obviously, this is New York City. Those prices are crazy. But what's there? A rice-based whipped topping. And obviously a vegan chocolate drizzle. Why wouldn't regular chocolate be vegan? Who knows? Cream. Yeah, and butter, right? Yeah, great job. Milk, dairy products. All right, so hopping back in. More trends, right? Okay, some corned beef with sauerkraut. Okay, Denny's. Ooh, bingo, here we go. Denny's is now Beyond Burger. All right, we've all heard that Burger King was doing one, McDonald's was, everything else, right? Now Denny's is hopping on. So do we think this is a pretty major trend? If not only, now Denny's is even offering that. It's not Burger King, that's not McDonald's, it's Denny's. It's a breakfast spot. And they're gonna have that on offer? That says a lot, right? That means you need a vegan option on your menu. Remember, vegan can be vegetable. It doesn't have to be something crazy that's using, it's called meat analogs. Meat analogs are a term used for meat substitutes, right? Here's another one. I thought this one was pretty normal until, guess what I got to, right? I was like, oh, cauliflower. All right, so what are we hitting up there with the cauliflower crust? What group are we targeting there with our advertising for a cauliflower crust? Gluten-free. Yeah, exactly, Amy. All right. Now, let's keep that going. What group are we? They took it to the next level. Guess why? Plant-based sausage. Plant-based sausage. Do different type of hot chicken. All right. Some fish. You get the idea. Oh, wait, here we go again. Fried chicken.
Chef, you ruining this. You ruining this for everybody out there who likes, everything about the places that you showed. Beyond chicken nuggets from KFC, can't look at it the same. Never going there again. Can't ruin chicken.
So what? You're not gonna eat it, or you're not gonna go there?
See, there's a fine line between what people should do and shouldn't do just to make $1. I think the people who should stick, they should stay in their lane. Stay in your lane. You're in the industry, you're doing a certain thing, but stay in your lane. Sometimes people drift off to get some extra money because that's the trends. That's why it's a limited time offer to see if it sells. So think about that in terms of what you see at different places like KFC. It's sometimes it's scary. Whew.
Valid point. So class, what do you think about like a limited time offer? What would that be comparable to in a restaurant? A limited time offer. How does that compare to another restaurant that you're not a fast food chain? Specials, bing, 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 yeah, right? So you're gonna run that special for, maybe you're at a bar, right? Talking about that chicken wings and beer like we always do, go back to week 1, right? Right, chef? Yeah. So what if we were like, okay, I had these cauliflower wings and they actually were kind of good and people are trying to be healthy and there's like that meatless Monday thing going on.
January, mid-February, Valentine's Day is off the menu.
Yeah,
Workouts
and
are
so
done.
I'm gonna do a cauliflower buffalo wing. Maybe it sells, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it
But
doesn't matter if it doesn't sell because I already have cauliflower on the menu and I have all the batter ingredients already.
yeah.
So if the order comes in, I have it. I'm not prepping anything. Or I'm buying them frozen, already battered. All I have to do is drop it in the deep fryer. What about that? Right? This goes back to that conversation from week 5. Preparation. What are you doing in-house? What are you doing out of house? Quality. Cost.
Things to think about.
Profitability. What's that, chef?
Things to think about profitability, popularity. Is it popular? So and that transitions us to our next topic, chef.
Yes, chef. Thank you.
Menu analysis.
Let's
What is
do
it?
it.
Why is it important? I'm gonna need some hands, some participation. I'm gonna need y'all to stand up, shout it out. What is menu analysis and why is it important to us as owners, as chefs? Just to make a dollar. Why is it important? What is it? What is it? What is it? Why do we use it? Selling what's not selling. What to knowing when to make money. So we're always identifying profitability and popularity, like we just talked about. Identifying those stars, those winners. You want those winners. You want the ring. You want to have that parade. And only way to have a parade is to find some stars. Taking each menu item, building a strategy on the popularity and the profit popularity. The chart, the diagram. Get it? I want you guys to remember that because that's a good way to remember. What's important on it. What's important. How is it viewed? Think about your competition. What are they selling? Is it original? Can you do it? Can you do it better? Always thinking about, maybe designing your menu a different way. If something's dogging down here, take it, put it somewhere else on your menu. So when you open up that menu, it's right in front of their face and they're more likely to buy it, based on the placement on the menu. So those are some things to think about when analyzing a menu, and you're trying to figure out your dogs, your stars, your puzzles. Sometimes if you move a dog, any dog can be a star. Just maybe changing up the recipe just a little bit, changing the placement on the menu. So those are all ways to think about, how to analyze the menu to draw a profit. All right. And another thing that I love to think about is customer feedback is important, because without it, you're not able to be successful. It's you as a chef going out in the dining room with your clean chef coat. It's important. It's clean. If it's dirty, I'm like, ooh, what's going on in that kitchen? But as a chef, you go out, you represent not only yourself, but the dishes that you put out in your restaurant. We're talking as in you're the owner, you're the chef, not as you're the cook. We want to think big. We want to set the benchmark a little bit higher. So always think about, that's your establishment. How do you make money? So feedback, with the world we live in today, everything's online. everybody's giving out discounts for the next visit, for customer feedback. You know what? Hilton Hotels is doing discounts now. If you do it now, I give you the discount now, not later. So think about giving a discount during that meal. Hey, if you do this customer feedback right now, I'll give you 5% off your meal. Capture those notes now, because guess what? If they walk out that door, they don't. I mean, how often do we fill out our customer survey on a receipt? You can win $100. Come on now, not me. Oh, you do? Have you ever won? Has anybody ever won? Nah, I don't know. I've never won. I ball it up and throw it in the garbage. So capturing those notes now is important, because you get current information and you can fix things if things are wrong. You can adjust it. You can get free meals. You can, hey, buy one, get one free. You can bring that customer back in, make their day, make it better. And guess what? That word of mouth will definitely help menu analysis, especially if it's a dog you're trying to turn into a star. That's a great way to make money, turning them dogs into stars. And once again, we talked a lot about trends. Always think about what's going on in your neighborhood, demographics, area of food, and anything. The sky's the limit wherever you get your trends from, your ideas. Maybe you are a trendsetter, depending on how popular it is, how much foot traffic you have, who's taking photos, who's posting them online, because that's another way we market as well online. So maybe you're the trendsetter. Be a trendsetter. So don't. I was always told, be the benchmark. Don't reach for the benchmark. Be the benchmark, and that goes with setting trends. All right. And last thing before we get into a little bit of technical things with the menu analysis is, I really do feel like teamwork, helps. You have great staff, employees, or even if you're just a line cook to start out, but guess what? You have a lot of ideas and you want to get them off your chest. And the best way to do it is to have a meeting. But if you got leadership that, don't take your ideas, guess what you're going to do? You're going to leave. You're going to go somewhere else, or you're going to do something else. So as the boss, as a leader, take that feedback from your staff, be engaged with them, use their ideas. Even if they crash and burn, guess what? Use their idea, maybe help them out with the idea, take it to the next level. But you use that idea, now your employees and staff are engaged. And when you have engaged staff, you got happy customers, you got profit, the sky's the limit. And it all comes down to the people and treating them right, being approachable, being the boss, being a good boss, having fun. So keep those things in mind when we're talking about menus and how to turn those dogs into stars. All right. So that is my menu analysis in a nutshell, just because that's a good way to look at it informally. We can talk formally, we can talk about the book, but I want you guys to remember this by throwing you guys some real world experience on how I, turn some dogs into stars and treating people the right way by utilizing their ideas. It's an awesome way to do it. And it's a great way to make money and have fun. Chef, your thoughts, concerns, comments.
Love it, Chef.
We could talk about contribution margin. Did you guys watch the video? Did we watch the video? Come on. Contribution margin. Who has watched it?
Talk a little bit about it.
What it's that mark between the cost of food and the selling price of food. It's that middle area, that gray area we call it, where you have to pay for labor, fixed costs, lights. If you want that sports bar, you got that cable package. Guess what? That costs money. Coasters. That's the contribution margin. What your dish is going to sell for in that middle area, that gray area, the difference is going to pay for your other items that you might want to use. And you got a little piece of profit in there, just a little bit. That's why they say, 90% of restaurants fail in the first year, because people don't realize this is all they're making the first few years. This is it. $1, you're making profit 7 cents. So when you're thinking dollars, we're thinking millions. We want millions. Who wants that new boat? Who wants that new house on the lake? Me. The only way you get there is make a profit, identify that margin. And of course, identifying what's popular, what's profitable. Things have a high profit level, like an entree is a little bit higher. A lower profit levels are maybe a dessert or appetizer. So we can make a dessert great, but it's not as expensive, not so many components, when it comes to preparation than an entree would be. So those are some things to think about, even when we're talking about profits, how to enhance your entree, what's going into it, the level of production, presentation. Remember, garnish costs money too. So you always got to kind of adjust your prices based on what you have on that plate. So keep that in mind. Entrees have more things on a plate than a dessert or maybe an appetizer. And of course, what's popular? If it's popular, like, hey, I'm Denzel Washington. I got 2 million followers. I'm popular. If I say something's good, it's going to be good. But if I don't know you, if it's not good, I'm not going to say, hey, I'm not going to wave at you. I'm not going to buy you as a food item. So think about that: popularity, profit, and how to make that profit.
Exactly. Actually, Chef, you just said something great about Denzel, right?
Yeah, that's me.
It's like,
Denzel
yeah, I
Washington.
know. Right. So here it is, right? If you know that item, right, you want it. If you don't know that item, it's not Denzel, it's something else. It's Zendel. And you're thinking, what is that?
They spelled his name wrong.
That's a foreign ingredient. I'm not so sure. I'm not so comfortable. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Right? That unknown. The customer then has to ask and be interested. And this is twofold, because the server, right, front of the house, has to be educated. This again goes back to our previous conversation. That front of the house person has to be able to deliver and explain what it is if it is a foreign ingredient. We're talking about shishito or miso or chorizo or crema fresca, right? Some things that might sound exotic but are things that we know, right? So it's how does that the customer and client experience the menu. Awesome. Does anybody have any questions? Feeling good? All right. Well, is everybody rock out and feel great and move on to the next stop of the program and then move on? All right. Awesome. Well, Chef Vince is going to tear up. I promised him I wouldn't play. I promised him I wouldn't play his favorite song.
No, you can play it. Play it. Some of the students want it. Play it. Play it.
Oh, some of the students want it?
No. Yep. Request.
Okay.
Request.
Okay.
Drop it like it's hot.
Okay. 1 second, Chef. 1 second.
Yeah, it was fun, guys. Best of luck to you guys. Just remember to always have fun and always try to be approachable, because it goes a long way, and take others' advice. We don't know everything. I learned the most when I got out of culinary school. Culinary school doesn't teach you about people. No book can. Experience, failures, falling does. That's you just put the background music.
All right, class. Definitely learn hands-on, grab as much as you can. Know that the Escoffier family is here to support you. Got career services throughout, once you graduate, forever. Contact chefs that you want to ask questions about. We're all here for you. Keep kicking butt. Keep pushing. You all have been fantastic with your knowledge, and thank you for contributing. Those of you who are here. And those of you who are not here, but really thank you all so much for bringing your brains and your A game to class and showing us what we got. So thank you all, and take care and be in touch. All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.